Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are discussing about the types of rocks. In previous video we are discussing about the formation of rocks, that means how the rocks can be formed. So in this video we are discussing about the types of the rocks. So there are three broad categories of rocks. They are igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. So here the classification of rocks. So the first type of the rock, that is sedimentary, which are the which are again divided into the clastic, chemical and biologic. So the example of clastics are given here. The example of chemicals, that is limestone, dolostone, which are given here. Also the biological coal chart are given here. So you can take the screenshot of it and make your notes. So the second type is, that is the igneous, which is again divided into two types which are given here, and then the metamorphic. So this is all about the classification of rock. So this is a chart of rock and their example and division of the rocks. So the first type, that is igneous rocks. Igneous rocks start as a molten material that cools and solidifies. So the formation of rocks, how it can be formed, we have discussing in our previous video. So you can check this video also for the more conceptual clarity. After watching this video, you know how the rocks are formed. So the granite, for instance, was once a superheated liquid. When this liquid is breathed, is the surface of the rocks. Surface of the earth is called as magma. Once it reached the surface, perhaps as an eruption, it is called lava. So lava cools very quickly since the temperature of the surface, here the temperature I mentioned, that is 32 degrees, is significantly cooler than the lava, which can be more than 1000 degrees. So this rapid cooling is called quenching, and is how glass-like rocks like obsidian form. So bringing material as hot lava to the surface is somewhat like a sticking a red hot iron into a pot of water. Igneous rock can be cool beneath the surface of the earth, the molten material moving up from the mantle but never making it to the surface. The other times they extrude at the surface, either the mid oceanic ridges or the hotspots. Now the second type, that is the sedimentary rocks. So the sedimentary rocks are made up of grains that breaks off the other rocks through a process called weathering. When the rocks are exposed to rain, wind, temperature changes, roots and some chemicals, they can be broken into their basic component. The physical weathering breaks off grains of rocks, while the chemical weathering breaks rocks down into the more basic element compound. So here there are two types of weathering which are happen in the formation of sedimentary rock, that is the physical weathering and chemical weathering. So these grains can come from the other sedimentary rocks, from igneous rocks or from the metamorphic rocks. The grains are transferred downstream, eventually setting a basin or the low energy environment, for example a lake or an ocean. Over a time, as the more sediment is deposited, the layer of sediments are buried deep enough to be liquefied or turned to stone. So because the feature of the environment are preserved in the sediments, one can tell something about the where the rocks was deposited. For example, a rocks with a leaf fossil preserved must have been formed in a slow, stagnant environment, that is one in which the leaves would not be disturbed or move away. In the sedimentary rocks, the things are fixed into the things are fixed for the millions of years. The sedimentary rocks are all about what remains. Black shells, organic rich sediment from which we extract the oil and gas from the deep marine settings, where there is a very little energy and there is a very little oxygen to decompose the organic materials that get deposited. So the next topic, the next part of the rocks is the metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks are that have been deformed. They have been heated or squashed or buried, which can cause the minerals in the rocks to recrystallize. The metamorphic rocks form in the place where the change is happening. They can form mountain belts where the rocks is is compressed or buried along fault plains along the subduction zones. Next to the magma pockets as the neighboring rocks is cooked to, to name a few. The marble is the most metamorphosed limestone, that is chemically sedimentary rocks. Slate was once used as the backing of chalk boards. Any type of the rocks can be metamorphosed, including the metamorphic rocks. So this is all about the classification of rocks. So if you like the video, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channels. The notes are quite easy and easy to remember. That's why there is no need to explain more about the notes, in which is given uh, uh, to you guys. So please share the video, subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.